Abbott adds vital runs for Hampshire before Edwards puts Surrey under pressure. Rain delayed the start on day one at the Oval, but there was plenty of time for Ricky Clark to make an impact. The veteran bowler took 5 wickets in Hampshire's first innings, including 2 late in the day to tip the contest Surrey's way, as Hampshire closed on 222 for 7. And on the second morning, Clark simply continued where he'd left off. 13 runs had been added to the total when Lewis McManus became victim number 6 as a pull shot picked out Stoneman. But after that, things got rather harder for Clark and his teammates, thanks to a solid 9th wicket stand between Kyle Abbott and Ryan Stevenson, who took the total past 300 to earn Hampshire another batting point. Perhaps it was a relief for Surrey's bowlers when they were forced off by a sudden shower, but they were back on before lunch, and Abbott wasted no time in reaching his half-century, hitting Jordan Clark for consecutive boundaries. A heavy downpour caused an extension to the lunch interval, but once they got underway again, Stevenson completed the 3rd half-century of the innings, but then he was removed LBW, Clark back in the action with his 7th wicket. And Abbott was the last man out, holding out in the deep off Sam Curran for 72. He'd guided Hampshire to a strong position, 367 all out. Surrey's bowling dominated by Clark, 7 for 74, and tea was taken at the end of the innings. Surrey's reply got off to a rocky start, Patel fending a short one from Fidel Edwards through to the keeper for just 2. Sam Curran, who was due to leave this game at the close to join up with England, whacked his first ball from Edwards to the fence. The bowler had the last word though. Curran caught a deep square leg for just 14 to leave Surrey 40 for 2. But Hampshire's bid to really get the better of the day was stalled by Stoneman and Borthwick in unspectacular but solid fashion. Surrey were particularly grateful to Stoneman, who completed his 50 off 121 balls just before the close. At 109 for 2, the home side still trailed by 265 at the end of the day. Plenty of work to do on day 3. Centuries for Borthwick and Pope as Surrey pile on the runs. Day 2 was a frustrating one for Surrey's bowlers at the Oval. Hampshire resumed on 222 for 7 and were able to add another 140 runs with those final 3 wickets, with Abbott and Stevenson both making half-centuries. And the home side's reply saw 2 early wickets fall before Mark Stoneman steadied them to 109 for 2 at the close. Along with Borthwick, the opener continued in cautious fashion on the 3rd morning. But Stoneman couldn't convert his stubborn resistance into a really big score as Edwards struck for the 3rd time in the innings. The Surrey man caught in the gully for 63, with his side still 228 behind. New man Ollie Pope announced his arrival with a couple of boundaries, and Scott Borthwick remained steadfast at the other end, completing his 50 off 99 balls as Warwickshire's lead dipped below 200. The contrasting styles added up to a 50 partnership, and at lunch it had been a good session for the home side, who'd added 94 runs for the loss of just Stoneman's wicket, with Borthwick unbeaten on 74. And after lunch, he and partner Pope continued to prosper. The stand wasn't particularly flamboyant, but it was very effective for the home side. Pope moved past 50, and in all the pair added 132. Borthwick completed his first championship century of the summer and then immediately got out, Edwards with his 4th wicket of the innings. Pope continued in untroubled fashion and Finch settled quickly on his first championship appearance of the summer. The pair took the Surrey total past 300. Pope continued in untroubled fashion and Finch settled quickly on his first championship appearance of the summer. The pair took the Surrey total past 300. Pope was the dominant figure in a partnership that was worth 72 at the tea interval. Surrey now just 30 behind, having lost just 2 wickets in the day. But Pope may have been feeling a little edgy as he sipped his cuppa. He was 99 not out. But he quickly added the missing run after the interval to complete his 100 off 162 balls. Finch was providing stylish support as the home side edged in front. Their lead was 9 runs when the Australian completed his half-century from 70 balls with 9 fours. He soon followed that with a huge 6 down the ground, and Hampshire's bowlers were looking short of ideas. And there was no let-up from the Surrey pair as their partnership and their team's lead grew. They added 188 runs before Hampshire took their first wicket for more than 3 hours, and a first in the match for Stevenson. Finch caught at short mid-wicket for 90. But that was to be Hampshire's last success of the day, as Pope marched relentlessly on, supported now by Folkes. At stumps, the Surrey man had reached a superb 176 not out with 17 fours in his team's total of 490 for 5. Their lead is 123, and the plan is surely to add more quick runs and then put the pressure on Hampshire on the final day. Ollie Pope completes double ton, but Surrey can't force victory at the Oval. Day 3 emphatically belonged to Surrey's batsmen, as the home side lost just 3 wickets in the day, while turning a 258-run deficit into a 123-run lead. They closed on 490 for 5, with Scott Borthwick making exactly 100, and Ollie Pope still there on 176 not out. The mission on the final morning was surely more quick runs before another crack at the Hampshire batting and an attempt to set up a run chase. They soon took the total past 500, but then Pope's partner departed. Folkes had his off-stump sent flying by Abbott for his first wicket of the innings. But Pope continued serenely on, with Ricky Clark providing solid support and hitting a 6. It wasn't long before Pope completed a superb double hundred from 323 balls with 19 fours, as Surrey's lead also edged towards 200. They hadn't quite achieved that when they lost another wicket. Clark rooted to the spot as Edwards found his pads for his 5th wicket of the innings. Jordan Clark kept Pope company while a few more runs were added to Surrey's lead, which stood at 212 when skipper Folkes called them in. Their total of 579 for 7 declared, dominated by Pope's 221 not out. And he was spared fielding duties as he headed to Headingley to act as standby for Jason Roy in the England squad. Now Surrey needed quick wickets as Hampshire batted again, but Felix Organ in particular had other ideas as he set the pace in an opening partnership with Holland. They'd added 38 when they were parted on the stroke of lunch. Holland's attempt to turn Amir Verdi to leg, presenting Folkes with a catch, and at the interval Hampshire were 1 down, needing another 174 to avoid an innings defeat. And that task got rather harder as soon as play resumed. Ricky Clark's second delivery of the afternoon, finding Hampshire skipper Vince LBW for just a single. But Organ was still playing merrily, and Sam Northeast quickly settled into a rhythm too. Organ reached his half-century from just 54 balls, and the pair had edged the Hants total towards 100, when Northeast chased a wide one from McCurr and edged it to Borthwick at second slip. Gone for 32, his team still 116 behind. In Riley Russo, Organ found a partner who scored as quickly as he did, and a rapid partnership of 65 put a big dent in Hampshire's deficit. But that was ended when Organ advanced to Amir Verdi, only to play down the wrong line completely, stumped by Folkes for 77. And Verdi's third wicket owed much to Folkes' brilliance, in the right place to take a superb catch to remove Russo for 40. The new pair of Dawson and Harry Kame in the side as a concussion replacement for Donald saw Hampshire through to tea at 184 for 5, still 28 behind, with an intriguing final session in prospect. Dawson played the lead role after tea and had reached 41 by the time Hampshire edged in front. Surrey frustrated in their search for those last 5 wickets. By the time Dawson passed 50, it was clear that the match was heading for a draw. And just after Hampshire passed 250, it was handshakes all round. The time lost to the weather earlier in the match had ended either side's hopes of forcing a win. Hants closed on 253 for 5, with Verdi the pick of the bowlers, Organ and Dawson the standout batsmen. A result that leaves both sides stuck in mid-table, but one that Ollie Pope will remember for some time.